Hey, how's it going, you guys? It's petplatypus here, and it's time to review some Legend of Korra. Book 2, Episode 3, Civil War Part 1. We're already getting a two-parter, which is kind of interesting. That was actually a very good character episode, especially with the theme of family. It essentially is Civil War, kind of, starting. It's, you see the fucking ice, the dudes from the north are showing up, and they're making these walls and shit, and she's like, yo, uncle, what the fuck's going on? And he's just like, oh, we're gonna unify everybody, and the South don't like it. They're having a meeting, and they're really not digging it, and Korra doesn't really know what to do. She doesn't want to pick sides, and she talks to the uncle, and he's basically just saying, as the Avatar, you shouldn't pick sides, but it's your job to stop this from becoming a war, and she's like, well, fuck, Definitely puts Korra in a different spot than she was in the first series. In the first series, she had to fight the Equalists, and I thought they were going to go down the route of having to kind of balance non-bending with bending and the people who think, the Equalist, perspective, but they didn't really go down that route. They just kind of exposed him, which is okay. They just exposed him as a fraud and everything, but this time it's just straight up, you have to stop the war from escalating, and, we almost get these dudes fighting in the streets, and she, stops the fight. Well, actually, her dad really stops the fighting, and she's still giving her dad the cold shoulder, which makes sense, She was kind of bitchy, in the first two episodes, but I felt it was more justified towards the dad than it was to Tenzin. Her bitchiness towards Tenzin was like, yo, you bitch, that's Tenzin, But yeah. Anyways, like I was saying, though, you see a little bit of Bolin here and there. He trying to break up with the twin because I think it was Esdes or something. I don't know. Well, it was D. Fuck. One started with D, one started with an E. And they both rhymed, but I don't remember specifically. But he's trying to break up, and they're still kind of funny. They were funnier in the first episode than I gave them credit for. They were actually pretty good in that first episode. The first two episodes, I should say. Still not that interesting as characters, though. But, he's trying to break up, but he can't do it. If he tries to break up, he gets threatened heavily, so he's kind of scared. What else happened? Of course, under the stress, and her dad, and eventually there's this, just an attack on Rebellion. They try to kidnap, what's-his-name, the uncle, and she's like, fuck, and she goes to stop him, and she thinks her dad's there, because she talks to her mom, and her mom knew all the secrets too, so now she's mad at her mom, and then she goes to do it, but then once she fights all these dudes off in a cool action scene, it turns out to not be her dad never showed up, and she goes home and she apologizes, and she reunites with her family nicely. I think it was well done. And Korra, she doesn't seem that regressed. She felt a little regressed in the first couple episodes, but in this episode she felt more like the Korra from season 1, more towards the end. She wasn't trying to dive head first. She wasn't picking a side. She was trying to stay neutral, and she apologized to her parents and everything. And I don't know. We'll see where things go, but she doesn't feel too regressed, and she's the only character that really felt regressed at first. But we'll see. There's still another part and everything, but yeah, overall it was a really good episode, and all while this is happening, you've got Tenzin, Bumi, and Kaya searching for the daughter who went missing, which is a very interesting plot point going on. And they're having family trouble too, talking about how, Aang took you to do all this stuff because you're an airbender, the favoritism kind of thing, and it was cool though. They were having, legitimate arguments, and it's a cool little family thing going on there. I like to see where that goes also, but overall, I'm interested in this season. I think the setup with the spirits is really cool. The spirits have really good designs. We didn't see any in this episode, but that's okay. This whole Civil War thing is cool. It's definitely different from the first season, but yeah, I mean, the first season was like all Republic City. I hope this season isn't all Southern Water Tribe. I hope they go to a few other places, but, we'll see. I don't mind the Southern Water Tribe. It's just going to be like, looking at snow this whole time. I mean, you can get tired of looking at the city, but at least the city's more interesting than snow, you know what I mean? But the spirits look cool, so that's another artistic addition to this season, but yeah, overall, I'm gonna go like 7.5 was a good episode. Yeah, it was a good episode. I already pretty much said everything I liked about it, but especially that ending, with her and her parents, and I still need you guys. That was a really good ending, and then the dude comes in, and we're gonna arrest your parents, and it's like, bum, bum, bum. Cliffhanger for the next part, so well, we'll see what happens in the next part, but for now, 7.5, thought it was a good episode. Not really any complaints, but nothing really blew me away, so good episode, and yeah, I will talk to you guys about episode 4. Okay, you guys, so episode 4, Civil War Part 2. This was a great episode. So, we get the parents getting arrested, and they have to go to trial. And the trial is basically, they're guilty. Well, the mom gets set free. Dad's guilty by death. And then Korra's like, whoa, you're not killing my dad. And then the uncle is like, hey, you know, don't kill my brother or whatever. And he's like, okay, I'll change my thing. And I was kind of thinking to myself, I was like, that was kind of an easy, you know, like, oh, hey, you know that judgment you just did? Change it. And he's like, okay. And I was like, that's kind of weird. But it was just a nitpick, you know. But then there was actually an explanation for why it was such an easy answer, so that was really cool. But anyways, there's that going on. You have Bo Lynn with the twin, and, oh, Eska, I believe her name was, or something. My dog keeps barging in my room when I'm making reviews. Damn it, dog. Okay, anyways. He tries to break up with her again, ends up married, puts a fucking skull collar on him. I'm like, whoa, this bitch. But yeah, that was funny. We meet the dude with the little mustache that was like, you know, gonna fund the Satomobile industry, the future industries. I thought he was kind of okay in the first couple episodes, but he is awesome at this point. I love this guy. You know, at the very end of the episode when it's like, can this boat outrun my crazy ex-girlfriend? And he's like, why do you think I built it? That was the greatest. But yeah. He's hiding inside the platypus bear fucking thing the whole time. It's awesome. He's hilarious. I didn't care for him. He was okay in the first couple episodes. He was kind of funny, but he's awesome now. But yeah, Dad gets arrested. He's in jail. They talk, and, you know, Korra's not supposed to do anything rash. What she ends up doing, though, is she chases down the judge, talks to him about setting the father free, and he ends up confessing, and she kind of just Batman interrogates him with Naga, the polar bear dog, obviously. And he confesses everything. You know, it was all your uncle's idea, everything, even banishing him in the first place. The whole backstory that was supposed to be her dad's fault for invading the forest was all this guy's idea, which I thought was possible, and I'm glad it was revealed this soon. I'm glad he wasn't tricking Korra for like half of the season. I'm glad it was finished, you know, within the first 4 episodes. And Korra realizes what's going on. She tries to confront him. They end up stealing a boat, stealing a plane. They do like the rocket thing with the plane with their fire bending. That was awesome. Uses the avatar state again in order to like do this big water thing, and her being able to master the avatar state I still think is a little odd, but the fact that she can do it is pretty badass because it means that she can, you know, do really cool shit, and it's different from how Aang did the avatar state, where it was just spur of the moment. He didn't have any control for most of the series. Now it's kind of cool having a character who can go in and out of it throughout the season, which does make her pretty OP, but still, she hasn't, like, you know, won any one-on-one fights with it yet or anything, but, yeah. And they are going to go to war, and Korra does want to be on her dad's side, but he's like, no, you know, you need to go find the United Forces, you know, Iroh and shit. You need to go talk to them. And, yeah, so that's cool. And they're going to go to war, and the dad says we're going to hold him off. You know, the South's going to fight the North. So the Civil War is going to end up happening, and Korra's on the side of the South, even though she's not going to fight. But, I mean, it's deserved, because this dude's a total traitor to his brother and to his whole entire southern tribe, so, you know. But, yeah, that reveal finally came. That was good. On the other side, we have kind of like a, you know, a forgiveness with Tenzin and his kids and everything. But before that, and that was a great forgiveness, the family stuff and the conversations he had with his daughter because he found his daughter. Not a bunch of plot-heavy stuff, but it was good family dialogue, it was good character development, and it really did help establish... It didn't just establish Boomy as, oh, he's the jokester, and establish Kaya as, you know, the sister or whatever. It was good development for their characters overall, and their standing with Tenzin, so I really liked that subplot. It was good development, but the fucking baby Sky Bison were too cute. Oh my god. Like, I know I'm like a man, and a man's not supposed to be like this, but oh fuck, they were adorable. It was too much. Disgustingly cute. Loved that. But yeah, she was playing with Sky Bison. I was hoping there'd be something to do with that statue, but I mean, maybe that'll still come into play. But yeah, and she says, you know, sorry to her. No, she doesn't say sorry. Her brother and sister say sorry to her, and you know, that little thing resolves itself. That didn't really need to be dragged across 2 episodes, but I understand why it was dragged across 2 episodes, because, you know, Civil War Part 1, Part 2, and everything. But yeah, it was a great episode. I really liked this episode. I'm going to give it like a 9 out of 10. It was really awesome. I thought the action was still cool. You know, the villain's plot reveal, not plot revealed, but his not even his motives, just what he did has now come to light, and he's been exposed as like the antagonist. And just really funny scenes here and there, really good comedy, really good animation as always. Pacing was good. I really like this episode, so 9 out of 10. And yeah, so thanks for watching this video. Tell me what you guys thought of these episodes of Korra in the comments below. Before I say bye, I will just say, I'm 4 episodes into Season 2, and I'm really not seeing the problems yet, but there's still 10 more episodes, so we'll see. But so far, I'm really enjoying it. So yeah, anyways, talk to you guys later. Bye.